It's becoming more and more of a concern when we look on the spades of violent acts being committed towards female throughout the past few weeks leading into the new month of April. Hi again and welcome. This is Link 7 TV Let's Talk, and we're about to discuss a recent event that took place in St. Elizabeth in which a female was found unresponsive in her home with what appears to be wounds all over her body. Hi again and welcome. We'll discuss this to come on the program. We ask you, please remember just to like, share, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell and click on all so you're always updated with the latest report. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is Link 7 TV. Let's talk. It's really shocking to see what is going on in our country. It's really shocking to see the violent acts that are being committed towards females. Now, this recent event took place in St. Elizabeth, in which detectives attached to the Lacovia Police in St. Elizabeth have commenced investigation into the circumstances surrounding the taking out of a housekeeper whose body was found on Tuesday of this week at her home with her neck partially severed. Now, when we look on these spades of crime and violence being portrayed towards females, it's really shocking and it's really alarming to see the number that have taken place from last month leading into the early part of this week. Now, the most shocking one broke some weeks ago with the taking out of Kanice Jackson over there in Portmore St. Catherine, in which a mechanic was arrested and charged in relation to that matter. So in this one that took place in St. Elizabeth now, the deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Natasha Wade, otherwise called Nancy, of Bug Lane in Burton District, also in Burl Savannah. According to police reports, Wade went missing on Sunday afternoon, and attempts by relatives to contact her via her cell phone proved futile as it rang without an answer. Worried that something had gone wrong, one of her son and another relative went to her home on Tuesday about 7 a.m. in the morning. So just imagine now you have not heard from a family member for some time and you went to investigate to see what was wrong, and then you came across a scene such as this. Wow. When I look on what is going on, I don't know. It's just as if these young males or the current generation have gone totally insane, because I can't understand why these crimes are being committed against females, and some of these crimes are committed by individuals that are known to these persons. So the son is stated to have peeped through a window to discover his mother lying in a pool of blood on the floor with her throat slashed. According to police investigation, they believe that there was a struggle inside the house, and it appeared that she might have been sexually assaulted as well. So later on that day, relatives gathered at the house just in order to do some cleanup activities and get rid of the bloodstains from the floor as well. A number of other relatives could be seen removing her property from the house as well. Joseph Waite, a brother of the deceased woman, told reporters that his sister was a kind and loving person who would not hurt anyone. He stated that the last time he had seen her was on Sunday, when she called him to wish him happy birthday, and that would have been the last conversation that they shared together. The brother of the deceased stated that she should have been overseas doing her babysitting and housekeeping job, but due to the onset of the pandemic and the spiraling COVID-19 rate across the world, this was delayed. Residents in the community theorized that Wade's killers or attackers used a bucket to gain access through a window to enter her home. They said that they want the police to quickly bring her killers to justice. Wade is the second woman to be found inside her home in St. Elizabeth over the past 5 days after going missing. It was just on Saturday as well that a 78-year-old woman, Jocelyn Garden of Breadnut Walk District, was discovered near her home as well after she went missing from her home on March 14. Investigators believe that the elderly woman whose decomposing body was discovered, clad in a dress but without underwear, might have been sexually assaulted as well. So these are just two horrific crimes being committed in St. Elizabeth throughout the past week. And I can tell you, it's really alarming to see these vicious acts being committed towards females. And most of the time, as I point this out over and over again, these attackers, they know their victims and they just try to use that little opportunity that they get at times just to act on that ego within them to hurt that individual. And it's very sad. But I just hope that the family in these two scenarios that I've just talked about just find the strength to cope, even though I know it's going to be a difficult time for them bearing the loss of a young individual that was described as a loving and caring person. This situation needs to stop, and you can't blame the authorities for that knowing enough, because these situations, they are so isolated and remote at times. You can't know when situations such as these will happen, and it's just a matter of urgency that this needs to be dealt with by the local authorities, or the authorities when these situations occur. They just act swiftly in order to see how best they can bring those individuals responsible to justice. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Have a blessed and productive day, and trust me, this is very sad what is going on. Very sad. I'm out for now. Bless.